they have grown used to, like you mentioned, your mother just wears the briefs,
right?
And I mentioned it, and part of it is because then we have to do a pelvic exam, and most people are very shy, especially as they get older, and really they don't want us to be looking into the private part.
Now, Dr. Dominguez, when people say we're talking about it could be a weak bladder, but then people say they have an overactive bladder. Now, what's the difference between the two?
With an overactive bladder, actually would tend to happen in younger women. It's more of a neurological condition and not a weakening of the muscles. Overactive bladder means the bladder, for some reason, it could be also chronic infections and irritation, senses a little bit of urine and reacts like if he had a liter and contracts. And the woman just rushes to the bathroom and urinates a little bit, sometimes with great pain, as they do when they have a urinary tract infection. So it's also a very difficult condition, but because it is neurological, it is also attached to anxiety and other neuropsychiatric conditions. Yes.
Go ahead.
No. And then we have the other one where the bladder it gets super extended because there is let's say a stroke or people with diabetes where there is nerve damage. So now the nerves are not functioning. The bladder gets really big. It's almost like the size of a volleyball. And then now they have also will lose urine, but it's not because of the similar to stress, but it's due. Now the problem is not the pelvic muscles per se, is the bladder that is not functioning. It's not contracting.
We're talking with Dr. Dominguez and Dr. Brown of the Ayers Therapeutic Services. Dr. Brown, when we come back from break, I want to ask you about some numbers because we've talked a lot about females. So I want to know when we get back how many females, the percentage of females affected versus the number of males affected, and how big a problem is this in the U.S. and the world. Can we do that when we get back from break?
Yes, sir.
You're listening to Healthy Living. Dr. Brown and Dr. Dominguez of Ayers Therapeutic Services is with us. More coming up, plus they'll take your calls at 622-9622. On the other side, you're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Requires for bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade alone.
Hey Ocala, are you sick of playing dealer may I? Tired of hearing no, you may not? This month I want to stay positive, so I'm saying yes, you may.
Chris Spears here from Prestige Auto Sales. When others say nay, nay, nay,
we say yes, you may.
Want to dump that old ride you hate driving?
Yes, you may.
Want to save a ton on a nicer, newer car?
Yes, you may.
Want to put little or no money down and drive home today?
Yes, you may.
Worried what your credit report might say? We want to help you say yay, yay, yay. Our For the People credit approval process is here to stay.
So call or come in today and hear yes, you may.
You could drive home a nicer, newer car today and take a lot off the price of a hot new ride, even if you've heard no in the past.
I want to say yes, you may, this month only, or for the first 79 customers, whichever comes first. I'm Chris Spears, a dealer for the people.
Visit Prestige on Highway 200 in Ocala, online at prestigeforyou.com, or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Are you looking for a salon whose focus is both on your outer and inner beauty, as well as creating a positive and happy atmosphere? Then Beautifully You Salon is the place. Owner Jerry Taylor creates a personal experience for each guest by specializing in today's top trends in color and cutting. To set your consultation today, call 352-789-4563. That is 352-789-4563. Beautifully You focuses on you.
From beautiful townhomes to equestrian estates, Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club provides the perfect haven of elegance for any homeowner. Not to mention our championship golf course, award-winning tennis program, state-of-the-art spa, and new luxury equestrian suite. We offer an array of membership options to suit a variety of lifestyles. Call 352-369-6969 today for more information about our latest real estate offerings. Are you in the process of planning your wedding reception? Or are you planning that birthday party for someone special? Or maybe you're just looking to throw a party for yourself? Are you in charge of this year's company outing and looking for something fresh and fun to do? Well, KT Entertainment is your answer to all those questions. We provide music, trivia, and karaoke for everybody's enjoyment. If you would like to get in touch with KT Entertainment and find out about our competitive prices, call us at 352-512-2611. That's 352-512-2611. Or you can find us on the web at kt4fun.com. That's KT, the number 4, fun.com. So remember, whether it's a wedding reception, a party, or a company outing, it's KT Entertainment for all your karaoke, trivia, or musical needs.
Hello, everybody. This is Terry Bradshaw of Fox NFL Sunday. Whenever I'm in Ocala, if I'm not picking and singing with my buddy Mel Tillis, then I'm listening to my longtime friend Buddy Martin on WOCA. Of course, I rarely get to Ocala, so if you believe that, I've got some horses I'd like to sell you. Some of them even have 4 legs. Regardless, I highly recommend you listen to Buddy Martin's Sports Page weekdays at 5 p.m. right here on The Source.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Some strongly suspecting terrorism, although authorities are not ruling anything out in the crash of a flight from Paris to Cairo.
U.S. officials say an early theory is a bomb took down Egypt Airways Flight 804 based on circumstances. This as the vice president of Egypt Air says debris of the jet has been found in the Mediterranean. Greece's defense minister says the jet made sudden swerves and turns and then lost altitude. There were 66 passengers on board, including 2 babies and a toddler.
Fox Radio's Jessica Gallagher. A jury finding Cinemark Theaters not liable for the massacre in Colorado by James Holmes.
Survivors and victims' family members sued, saying the theater should have had cameras in the back of the theater, armed guards, and silent alarms on exit doors. An attorney for Cinemark said if you hold them liable, then you have to hold any company liable for anything that happens on their property, regardless of whether or not the action was foreseeable.
Fox Radio's Jessica Rosenthal. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Honey, I'll get the coffee. You make the bed?
The bed? No way. It takes me forever to make it the way you like it. I'll get the coffee.
Okay. There. Made.
Whoa. How'd you do that so fast? And so perfect.
This is the Nova duvet cover. Just one flick of the wrist and voila. It's perfect every time. So where's my coffee?
Hate making your bed? With the Nova duvet cover, it's never been easier or faster. Relax, sleep a little later, savor that cup of coffee. This is a duvet cover like you've never seen before. The Nova has a classic fold-over top sheet look, which means no more messy layers. You get a perfectly made bed every time. Plus, the Nova features a frustration-free zipper, so on laundry day, just slip it on, zip it up, and done. And now for a limited time, get the Nova duvet cover at 10% off. Just go to NOVABetting.com and enter code 3000. That's NovaBetting.com, code 3000.
We're saving thousands with Robert Palmer.
So rule number 1 is always shop around. Always shop around. If you're trying to get a mortgage, if you're trying to get the best credit card, if you're looking at student loans, cell phone bills, you name it, rule number 1 is always shop around. Always shop around.
That's rule number 1, just one more vital part of fighting back to stop being a financial zombie. Yes, you can take the mystery out of the complicated world of finances. Take charge when it comes to your money. Listen in on The Source, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, Saturdays at 12:05.
On Saturday, May 21st from 6:30 till 9 p.m., the Appleton Museum of Art invites you to a second Family Night at the Museum event where the artwork comes to life. Go on a flashlight scavenger hunt to meet artists throughout the centuries. Enjoy snacks in the cafe, multicultural art activities in the art space, and lots of other surprises. Tickets are $10 for Appleton members and $15 for non-members. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
Next time you're thinking about beating the train, think again. It takes a typical freight train traveling 50 miles an hour, 1.5 miles to stop. That's nearly 18 football fields. Don't try to beat the train. Florida's roads can be highways or dieways. The choice is yours. A message from Operation Lifesaver.
This message also brought to you by your friends here at WOCA News Talk 1370.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
WOCA.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala's Healthy Living Show, brought to you by the good doctors at Ayers Therapeutic Services. If you'd like to set up a consultation at Ayers Therapeutic Services, you can call 352-512-0222. They got an office here in Ocala. And if you're driving down the interstate and you're listening to this show and it's interesting to you and you live in the Orlando or Tampa area, call that same number and they can actually have you come and visit them in their Orlando or Tampa office. We're joined by Dr. Nicole Brown, and Dr. Dominguez is on the phone. Dr. Brown, if anybody's driving down the interstate, that number works. If they live in the Orlando or Tampa area, they can call that number for a consultation as well, correct?
That is correct.
So before we left, we were talking about incontinence, and I know we talked a lot in the first segment about females and the problem of incontinence, and we touched briefly that males suffer from it. But from the conversation I think we were having, am I to understand this is much more a female problem than it is a male problem?
It is, because anatomically our bodies are set up just a little bit different than the guys. When we look at it, and correct me, Dr. Dominguez, if I'm incorrect, our urethras are a little bit shorter. Therefore, we tend to run UTIs. We tend to run different things that can put undue stress on us. We are the carriers of babies, so we are going to have a little bit more challenge. When we look across the U.S., there's 25 million people here that has incontinence in the U.S. Worldwide, there's 200 million.
Let me get this right. You said 25 million in the U.S.
Yes.
200 million worldwide.
Correct.
Okay, when I do that math, Dr. Brown, I'm doing it in my head quickly. 360 million people, 25 million people. That's somewhere around, 7%, 6.5%, 7% in America. 7 billion people on the face of the earth, 200 million. That's somewhere around, what is that? That's somewhere around 2.5%. So this looks like a much bigger problem in the United States than it is in the rest of the world. Is there a reason for that?
Here's what happened. What we eat is so much more different than those around the world, what they eat. Our size and our structures are different here. Sometime when I go home to Jamaica and they give me a muffin, I'm like, are you kidding? Am I going to get 2 muffins? While here in the U.S., I can't eat one. I just got to eat a half or something like that. So when we look at the obesity levels in the U.S. is higher than worldwide. When we look at the fact that here, when we eat, what kind of foods are we going to eat? We're going to eat foods that's going to contribute to us being more diabetic, hypertensive, and having other issues. So worldwide, we've always led the pack. So unfortunately, with this issue, we're leading the pack.
Let's go out to the phones right now. Dr. Dominguez and Dr. Brown, you're on the phone with a caller. Hi, caller. Who's this?
Hi, this is Hugh calling in.
Hi, Hugh. The doctors
doctor,
are on.
Untreated continence, can that eventually lead to bladder cancer if it's not taken care of?
I think Hugh's question. The wind is very coming in very difficult for them to hear. Hugh's question was, can incontinence lead, Dr. Dominguez, to eventual bladder cancer? Is it something that could lead to bladder cancer?
No, the incontinence doesn't lead to bladder cancer, but if the person has bladder cancer, it can lead to incontinence.
Yep.
And so it's the other way around. Those are symptoms that's why we need to do ultrasounds and studies of the bladder. Of course, if we worry about cancer, we'll get a CT of the pelvis, a CAT scan. That will tell us if there are masses or adenopathy, things that will make us suspicious. Most of the time, the bladder cancer, though, is diagnosed with a urologist doing a cystoscopy. That is, they put a little camera and they go inside through the urethra to the bladder and do a biopsy. The most common cancer of bladder is transitional, but and thank God that it's one of the most curable cancers, actually. So it's always very important. If you one of the symptoms that is most common with bladder cancer will be to see the urine pink or like grapefruit. It has blood in it, and so doing the regular checkup. And sometimes our patients wonder, well, why do I have to do a urine test? And part of it is we look for things. We look for protein. We look for blood. We look for signs of infection. And whenever we see blood, especially in males, with the females it gets a little more tricky because women have bleed from the uterus, especially if they're younger women. Of course, menopausal, postmenopausal women, and they're on the same boat as the men in terms of lead an investigation to see what could be the cause. But for a man, blood in the urine for a man we're going to look for cancer in the bladder. That's one of the first thoughts.
Dr. Brown, we've talked about stress incontinence and urge incontinence. Can you suffer from both at the same time?
You can suffer from both at the same time. However, one usually leads to the other being more prominent. So if you started out with the urge incontinence, that again could be triggered by the stress, and could have been triggered by stress incontinence, which just only leads to a further worsening of the condition. One of the things that I wanted to do with us today, Tom, and you know me, when it comes to nutrition, what are the things that we can use naturally to kind of get our bodies where we need it to not have to have stress incontinence? Foods, 6 foods. Take a list. Tofu, mint, banana, decaffeinated tea or coffee, whole wheat bread, almond milk. Using those things that, again, are lower in acidity. You know me and the pH. If you begin to use foods that is going to help the pH to stay lower, this is the only time, Tom, I'm going to say, taking in the lemon may be a little bit of an irritant to the system, so I would advise, if they're having stress incontinence, to please not utilize a lot of lemon. Stay away from it. When we look at the phytoestrogen that you know comes in tofu, that's going to be something that we definitely need inside of the body. We have to be sure that some of the mint, why it's so important is there's certain properties that comes from the mint and causes the body to go to an alkaline state as opposed to going to an acidic state. It's reversing the acids in the body that's going to help the body.
One quick comment, if I may. I know Dr. Brown mentioned the lemon. There's always a confusion in Latin America. The lemon is the green one, and the yellow one is the lime. But here is the other way around. So I will say that I guess the one that is confused is now with me. The green one, which is the lime, it's good if a person has calcium renal stones. Then it is advised that they put a little bit of lime into their water to prevent calcium stones from forming.
Well, y'all have given us some great information about a subject that a lot of people don't want to admit that they suffer from through embarrassment, I am sure, but it is something that is prominent in today's society, as Dr. Brown has alluded to, because of the things that we eat and the things we put into our body and the way they create things in our gut. And Dr. Dominguez has given us the medical reasons why incontinence sometimes is a situation people have to deal with. If you want to find out further information about this, or you want to set up a consultation, or you want to just come in and see what Ayers Therapeutics is all about, Dr. Brown, how can someone do that?
They can do so by coming to 1005 Southwest 10th Street, which is right across from CTAE. They can actually go online to AyersGlobalInc.com, and they can book their appointment directly there. One of the things I wanted to be sure that I got across this week, remember, Dr. Dominguez is a board-certified family medical physician. That means not only do we have our traditional modes of family medicine, but we also have the natural. So we have bought the Balance to Ayers Global. That's why both of us next month will be standing and sweating bullets in New York in front of our peers as we appear at the UN.
That is so amazing that you're guest speakers at the United Nations and that you do so much good for our community right here in Ocala. And if you're riding down the interstate and you happen to be listening to the show, but you live in Orlando and Tampa, 352-512-022 will get you a consultation at the offices in Orlando or Tampa. Or if you're traveling down the interstate and you live in the Jacksonville area, I think you can get them. You can find them in Jacksonville as well. So, Dr. Brown, Dr. Dominguez, thanks for all you're doing for our community. Thanks for this show. A lot of people get a lot of good out of this show, and we appreciate you doing it every week, and we'll do it next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for allowing us to be in the air.
Thank you
to all of the listeners that are listening to us.
Thank you both. That is Ayers Therapeutic Services. Give them a call, 352-512-0222. We're going to take a short time out. We'll be back after this to wrap up hour number one, get you set up for Buddy Martin in hour number two right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Essential oils work as natural distressors with seemingly endless benefits to health and wellness. Dare to Believe partners with doTERRA certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils to help you feel regenerated with many of the services offered, including Aroma Touch. To set up your consultation today with wellness advocate Valerie Hazelden, call 352-425-5588. That is 352-425-5588. Dare to Believe, it's essential.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands. At Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
The sound of the bat cracking, the crowd cheering, the smell of overpriced but tasty hot dogs, the memories that will last a lifetime of your first baseball game with little Johnny. Your team wins. It was a great night until you get home. It's 9 p.m. and your wife says you have no water.
We have no water.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Rule number 1, don't panic. Remain calm. Okay, that's 2 rules.
We don't have time for jokes, funny man.
Okay, think back. On the way home, you heard a radio commercial.
Mike's Got Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Eureka! You saved the day. You remembered that Mike Scott Plumbing doesn't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. You are a genius.
Hey, Mr. Genius, did you remember the phone number?
Of course you did. Remember, you're a genius. 352-237-2888. Because at Mike Scott Plumbing, if water runs through it, we do it. Even if water's not running through it at this particular moment. Mike Scott Plumbing.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala on a Thursday afternoon. Let's go out to the phone lines. Talk to Buddy Martin. Buddy, good afternoon. I hear that we may be bringing Hollywood to Ocala here in the next hour.
Well, we're definitely going to talk films, and Ann Wells, the writer, producer, director, who is coming back to make a film, and she'll be joining us as our guest in this hour. Also, Tom, have you ever made out a bucket list?
Of course I have, buddy. I have a bucket list.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I've got one of our friends on Facebook put out a list of about, 100 items, and see how many of these things you've actually done. So when you make your bucket list, what's on there? I'll tell you how many of them I haven't done, and I'm sure you've done a lot of them. So we'll share that with you in the first part of the show. Then Ann Wells will join us for the rest of the show. And don't forget today, it's ACC Day on Southern Pigskin tonight. Our special guest, Jimbo Fisher, joins the program. So it's going to be a full couple hours coming up your way on the Voice of Ocala and Big Sports Space.
Sure is, buddy. Safe travels in, and we'll see you here in a few minutes.
All right, Tom, thanks.
Buddy Martin on his way in. Luke Sylvia now in the room with us as well. Luke, you found out allergies aren't that fun, huh?
Yeah, I've never had allergies before. I've had strep throat a couple times, so I thought this lack of a voice was due to strep throat, or I've also had scarlet fever. So for it to just be allergies, I mean, still, it's awful. It's awful.
They gave you a allergy steroid shot.
They did.
In a place that makes it difficult to sit down.
Yes, very much so.
Only going to get worse tomorrow, pal.
Yeah, I'm really anticipating that.
Yeah, but and people think allergies are just something that are a springtime or a fall time, but that's just inaccurate. Allergies are year-round. People get, especially pollen allergies. People think, pollen's
Pollen
only
count's really high right now.
Yeah, but people think the pollen's just in the spring or the fall.
Right.
No, it's different pollen. The pollen that's in the air now is from the weeds and the grass and all. As people cut their grass more often, you get that. But plants put off pollen. Even in the wintertime, people say, yeah, but there's no pollen in the wintertime. In Florida, there's a lot of pollen in the wintertime because guess what we have that are green year-round? Evergreen trees, pine trees, cedar trees, and they give off pollen. So allergies are a real big problem. Now, Anita, you suffer from everything, so I know you got allergies.
I have the worst. I can't even pass a door during spring without just dying.
I know you got allergies.
I got some massive allergies.
You're hyped up on ephedrine all the time, aren't you?
Oh, I take a good couple of allergy pills.
You go into a drugstore and they do a background check on you to make sure you're not getting it for the cooked meth. We know how
exactly.
your
Yeah.
allergies.
Yeah.
Now, Christine, how's your allergies? You got any allergies?
They're bad when it's windy out.
Bad when it's windy. So on a golf course when it's windy, you're not in good shape.
Yeah, we went up to I think it was Mississippi for one tournament, and it was
windy and
it was rough. Girls were asking me if I was
am lucky. The only allergy I suffer from, I'm allergic to Luke Sylvia. That's pretty much the only allergy I got. I'm allergic to Luke. But I got lucky. I don't have any known allergies. When I go to the doctor, he says, are you allergic to anything? The bill. I'm allergic to the doctor's bill. That's pretty much all I'm allergic to. I'm allergic to picking up the tab out at dinner with 4 or 5 friends. Y'all do that? I'm allergic to that. Other than that, I don't have any allergies. So I get lucky because my girlfriend Jennifer suffers from them terribly where they give her bad headaches and everything, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Anita. Where just like debilitating 3-4 day headaches.
Yeah.
Especially when the pollen count's real high. When your car turns yellow in the springtime and everything.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
Living in Florida with allergies is a death sentence.
Well, I don't know if it's a death sentence, but it's very not fun. It's very much not fun. Hey, coming up next, Buddy Martin joins us right here on the Voice of Ocala. We're talking movies. And then it's Southern Pigskin tonight, ACC style. Coach Jimbo Fisher of Florida State Seminoles will join us. All that still to come on a Thursday edition of the Voice of Ocala right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local, Luke.
The Source.
Your quality of life is meant to be fully enjoyed each day. The doctors at Ayers Global understand that and strive to provide a quality of life for you that has no equal. Ayers Therapeutic Services combines naturopathic and family medicine to help all your health needs. Diabetic management, hypertension, pain management, and anti-aging are just a few of the services offered by the Ayers family. Call 352-512-0222 today, and Ayers Therapeutic Services will help you begin to understand that better health begins with you.
Are you in the process of planning your wedding reception? Or are you planning that birthday party for someone special? Or maybe you're just looking to throw a party for yourself? Are you in charge of this year's company outing and looking for something fresh and fun to do? Well, KT Entertainment is your answer to all those questions. We provide music, trivia, and karaoke for everybody's enjoyment. If you would like to get in touch with KT Entertainment and find out about our competitive prices, call us at 352-512-2611. That's 352-512-2611. Or you can find us on the web at kt4fun.com. That's kt4fun.com. So remember, whether it's a wedding reception, a party, or a company outing, it's KT Entertainment for all your karaoke, trivia, or musical needs.
This is Kendall Carpenter with Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. I want to introduce you to the finest equestrian opportunity available. If you love horses and enjoy Central Florida's mild climate and rich rolling landscape, come explore Golden Ocala. Bridle trails weave their way through this stunningly beautiful community of stately homes. Our state-of-the-art equestrian center will meet all of your equestrian needs with style. Visit us at goldenocala.com.
Located in Ocala, Renstar Medical Research has offered a wide range of clinical research trials for 17 years. Renstar conducts clinical trials for conditions such as migraines, memory decline, fibromyalgia, and sun-damaged skin. To learn more, call Renstar at 352-629-5800. Help us create a healthier tomorrow by volunteering today. Please call Renstar at 352-629-5800.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510. Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pam Puso. Was it technical failure or terror? That's the question as authorities investigate the crash of an EgyptAir flight over the Mediterranean.
They're looking very closely at the people who had the last contact with this plane here. We're talking about baggage handlers. We're talking about cleaners.
Fox's Greg Palcott, the plane bound for Cairo, had 66 people on board. An appeal is in the works in Colorado after a civil jury found that a movie theater chain shouldn't be held liable for a mass shooting.
Victims and their families had sued Cinemark, saying on the opening day of the Batman movie in the summer of 2012, they should have been able to foresee that something could go wrong.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Spreading into Saskatchewan, a wildfire ravaging parts of Alberta, Canada. More than 80,000 residents have been forced out of Fort McMurray. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Honey, I'll get the coffee. You make the bed?
The bed? No way. It takes me forever to make it the way you like it. I'll get the coffee.
Okay. There. Made.
Whoa. How'd you do that so fast? And so perfect.
This is the Nova duvet cover. Just one flick of the wrist and voila. It's perfect every time. So where's my coffee?
Hate making your bed? With the Nova duvet cover, it's never been easier or faster. Relax, sleep a little later, savor that cup of coffee. This is a duvet cover like you've never seen before. The Nova has a classic fold-over top sheet look, which means no more messy layers. You get a perfectly made bed every time. Plus, the Nova features a frustration-free zipper, so on laundry day, just slip it on, zip it up, and done. And now for a limited time, get the Nova duvet cover at 10% off. Just go to novabedding.com and enter code 3000. That's novabedding.com, code 3000.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
He's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma. Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala.
Hoo-ah! You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
Welcome to Hour 2 of the program. Buddy Martin joining the show in progress on a beautiful Thursday. It's always beautiful because the weekend is just almost here. We know we come in here on Thursday mornings and knock out Southern Pigskin tonight. Then Tom does the doctor's show. We get to this hour that we're just about there. So I wouldn't say TGIF just yet, but this is to say it's getting close. We're past hump day and close to the weekend, which is always a good thing. On the program today, we have a special guest who's a writer, director, and movie producer. Been making movies since 2004, and she's taught filmmaking, acting, theater, etc. at the middle school and high school level. Hey, we could all be in a movie, guys. What do you think? Luke, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we should just all be in the cast, and it would be great.
We could make a movie called The Millennials and Buddy.
Yeah, exactly. The Millennials.
Yeah, for sure. So Ann Wells will be along in just a moment. We're going to visit with her. She's got some plans about making a movie here in Marion County. She has quite an interesting background, including something in service, which I'm really impressed with. And we will ask her all about that. I'm going to give you just a one little hint about what this movie's about. It's a phenomenon I've never quite understood. Zombies.
I love zombies.
You love zombies.
Yes.
Apparently, everybody loves zombies.
I like zombies too. Not really, actually. I might be lying if I said that. You know, it's for some people, buddy. And that huge sensation, obviously, The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I watched a good season of it, and then I just said, I can't take a whole series. Now, maybe a movie, I could probably take a movie, but I couldn't take a whole series, a whole, seasons of it.
This sounds like it might be a kind of a fun movie, which the plot out. She's got the plot spelled out, and it's not just about zombies per se. Mm-hmm. By the way, there's a local woman whose name escapes me. I saw her at the film festival who's in The Walking Dead.
Really?
Yes, she's in this in the movie. Yeah,
I actually believe she's somehow related to, not related, but has affiliations with Ocala because she was there, like you said, and she. We did a soccer tournament. Josh LaSelva did, and the Silver Springs Festival was a sponsor, a huge sponsor of it. We did it at the downtown theater, the Marion Theater, and she was supposed to show up, but had some prior engagements. She was not able to. But I do remember. I can't remember her name. She's got shorter hair, and
well, look it up on Google. Her dad was there, and her dad came over and reminded me. He says, "You know what? You met her when you were at the other location." And we have a picture of you and her together. I did not know that.
Really?
So, yeah. So
if it's the same person I'm thinking about, it is.
I'll tell you the name, but we'll get it after the break.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And it's also, I'm excited about next year's Silver Springs International Film Festival because there's some things that I would like to see happen as a board member, which I got to go to a meeting first to be able to do that. But one of the things is some local people who have a rich history in film and in I guess television too. Maybe we'll get her down here to talk about how they got into movies from Ocala. And I'm sure Ann Wells can talk about that. Like if you really want to do stuff, people think, well, I'll never make it from here. Ocala's just too remote from Hollywood. Ocala's too remote from New York or Chicago. That's true to a point and not true in many cases. I was lucky enough to make that jump from Ocala to New York and get my dream job in New York City. And I don't say that to brag. I just say it's because you too can pursue your dreams and they can lead you to, Anita, your favorite place in the world, New York City.
Yes.
So don't be afraid to dream. That's the thing you have to remember. And many people have been successful and don't give up. Don't give up your dreams. So anyway, also, you guys are too young for this, but many of us know what it means. You know what it means. Bucket list.
I have one, a very extensive one.
Well, here's a question. I have a list of, I don't know, there's a lot of them here. Kimberly, thank you, Dave. How about that? Dave Stinker from the Star Banner comes in and says, Kimberly Lehman's. Kimberly Lehman's. Thank you, Dave. She's the actor. Good job. We got to get Slinker on the show sometime. Maybe we can talk him into coming on the program. He does a terrific job. By the way, a winner of the Wilton F. Martin Communicator of the Year Award, Dave Slinker. So, yeah, we want to get him on. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. See, we got good people, good friends that listen to the show. So Kimberly Lehman's is the woman, and thank you for Dave. She is, yeah, and he says, okay, with a thumbs up. All right, so the bucket list, I don't know. How much time do I have? Can I read a few of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Before we go, we're going to have Ann Wells in just a moment. But here's the deal. I got to give credit to Jamie Bevan, who actually puts this on Facebook. But I went through this list. I'll tell you how many I haven't done. Tom's going to be mad he's not here, but here's some of them. I'm going to give you some of them. Fired a gun, been married, fell in love, gone on a blind date, skipped school, watched someone give birth, watched someone die, been to Canada, and been to Hawaii. All right? All right, how many of those have any of you done?
I've done 8 of those.
8 of them?
I've never been to Canada or Hawaii.
I think I caught the later of that list. Canada, I've been to Montreal.
Okay. And I imagine.
Oh, I haven't been married either, so that one's out.
You haven't?
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you got married yesterday.
Oh man, I wish I did.
No, you don't. So Christine nodded. She had what, 3?
I had probably 1 out of that.
Oh, you got more than 1. You never been on a blind date?
No, I haven't.
Really?
I haven't either. No.
Never skipped school?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, go on, fess up now.
That's a 2.
You never been to Canada? All right, those are 10. There's a lot more. Okay, we'll check with Tom on the others later in the program. But I went through this entire list, and Luke, you can count these. I'm going to say there are at least 50 on these, at least 50, maybe more. How many do you think I haven't done?
If there's about 50, I think you haven't done 10.
I say about 15.
About 15?
About 15.
I'm going to go 20 just to be the odd man out. 5.
Oh,
man.
I was close. Just get the bell.
No, 5. My wife and I went through. She's done a lot too. So anyway, there's other things like been on TV and stayed in the hospital, donated blood, etc. I've done all but 5 of these things. So I guess I've had a pretty full life, but I still got a bucket list. And I still got some things I want to do. So I'm not done yet. Let's go ahead and I am done with this segment though. Let's take a break and we'll return with our special guests talking about movies in Ocala, Florida. And we'll talk to Ann Wells next right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA.
The Source.
Do you suffer with frequent migraines? If you've experienced several migraines each month for at least the past year, you may qualify for a clinical research study. To find out more information about this study, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. All study medications and study-related procedures are at no cost to you, and insurance is not required. Compensation for time and travel will be provided. Again, if you suffer frequent migraines, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. That's 352-629-5800. Rinstar Medical Research, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
A Essential oils work as natural distressors with seemingly endless benefits to health and wellness. Dare to Believe partners with doTERRA certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils to help you feel regenerated with many of the services offered, including Aroma Touch. To set up your consultation today with wellness advocate Valerie Hazelden, call 352-425-5588. That is 352-425-5588. Dare to Believe, it's essential.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day. Whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands, at Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
It's time for new windows that will beautify your home and bring you immediate energy savings. Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida is more than the window leader in quality. They install the name brand homeowners trust. Visit renewalbyandersen.com for a free in-home consultation with the pros. Right now, buy one window, get one 40% off. Plus no money down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 12 months with approved credit. Visit renewalbyandersen.com. Offer ends May 31st. License CGC 1523333.